Claire from the Happiness Bank, and welcome to this week's video blog, which I have called Hook, Line and Happiness because I found out from a work colleague this week that there's a fish called Happy Moments. Go figure. Now, this fish is a member of the rabbitfishes family, and it's also commonly referred to as black trevally. Its name, Happy Moments, is a sarcastic reference to the pain the fish causes if a person unfortunately pricks themselves on one of the spines. Now, the spines are venomous and the sting is incredibly painful and can last up for about an hour. And I think the happy moment comes when the pain finally subsides. I was laying in bed this morning and I was thinking about what am I going to write on this week's blog, and the fish popped into my mind. Not because I was overly fascinated with the fish itself, but because I was more fascinated with the fact that I had learned something new. More often than not, I think many people come to the end of their week and they are so eager and excited to launch into the weekend that they forget about all the new things that they have learnt during the week. You know, I bet if you asked any one of your friends how their week was, they would most likely say, you know what, it was okay, just the same old stuff, wake up, go to work, come home, watch TV and go to bed. If you take a moment though to stop and mindfully reflect on the week that has just passed, I bet that you could come up with quite a few things that you learnt. Every single moment of the day our mind and our body is changing. There is never a second that we are the same as the second before. Without consciously realising it, you are taking in and learning new things every day. What happens though is that your brain just files it away in your subconscious if it deems that it's not important to you. Just imagine all of the stuff that you could potentially be missing out on. I spent time reflecting on what I had learnt this week, and it went something like this. At the top of my list, a fish called Happy Moments. The second, a lovely insight into a work colleague that I knew little about. I've been sitting near Eric for almost 6 months and had never really spoken about anything until we got chatting about happiness this week, and that's how the fish came up. The third, that when I send a text message on my iPhone, if it's in blue, it is being sent via the internet by Apple as an iMessage, and if it's in green, it's being sent by my cell phone carrier as a text message. I never knew that. I was simply amazed. The fourth, that my gorgeous girlfriend in America remembered my ability to rote learn paragraphs out of a textbook. And lastly, that my 2 boys have the capacity to fill my heart with even more love than I knew possible. They really overwhelmed me this week with some stuff they did for my husband's birthday. Amazing. All of that out of an ordinary week at work. Had I not stopped to consciously and mindfully remember all of the new things that I had learnt, they would have just been filed into my subconscious without a second thought. My week would have just gone by as another week, and I would have denied myself the happiness and satisfaction that learning something new can bring into my life, no matter how small it is. Next time you learn something new, take a moment to stop and immerse yourself in the feeling that it brings. Warning though, it may not always be joyful, because sometimes learning something new can be quite painful. You may learn that not everyone likes you, or you may learn that making mistakes is the only way to grow and be better. Whatever the feeling is, it is important to embrace it and to know that learning new things, whether they bring you joy or sadness, will ultimately shape you and grow you into the enlightened person that you were meant to be. Stop and reflect now on the week that has been and share below what your hook, line and happiness moments were. You may be amazed that your ordinary week was not so ordinary at all. Have a wonderful week of learning some new things, and remember to always keep colouring the world with your health and your happiness. And I look forward to seeing you next time.